Hello and welcome back. Today's topic is the topic of intuition as we continue along with the book The Seat of the Soul, which I'm so fascinated with the title of that book. I just keep thinking about the foundation of the soul as if the soul has a foundation. Who knows? Anyhow, the book just gets better and better. There's not one chapter that I don't like, and if you're reading it along with me, you know that you love it too. I know that you love it too because it resonates. That book actually calls people that think and feel the way that Gary Zukov thinks and feels, because it's such a spiritual book, even though it's not like a meditation book or like spiritual per se, written in that type of prose, but it is such a beautiful way of writing. It's almost like a matter-of-fact type of way of writing. Like, this is it. This is the way the seat of the soul is. And I'm fascinated by it and I love it. So anyhow, the chapter this week is intuition. My thoughts are in my blog, mriveraheath.com. You go to the top right, Maria's Journal. That is my virtual journal. That's where you'll find my thoughts and my tips on how to live a better life. Anyhow, let's get to intuition. One of the things that I always get asked is, how do I know the difference between intuition and ego? And the way that I decipher intuition for me is, intuition is guidance, like the book says. It's kind of like I call them downloads. It's like food for thought in a way that comes into my being. Whenever I ask a question, it always gets answered. It's never like it doesn't get answered. I may not like the answer. I may not be ready to receive the answer. As all of you are aware, that when you do use your intuition, when you use that gut feeling and you say, hey, should I go about doing this? And the answer is no, and you do it anyway, you're most 99.999% of the time, you always say, shit, I should have fucking listened. And you didn't. And you didn't listen to your intuition. So when you always get answered. Whenever you ask a question to your intuition, to your soul, to your spirit guidance, you always get the answer, even though you may not like it. And when you do like it, it's like, yes, I agree with that message. Another way of knowing if it's your ego, it doesn't feel good. Like your ego is kind of like your protector in a way, but it's always comes out, most of the time it comes out like a negative. For example, if you say, hey, should I do this or should I do that, depending on what idea comes up for you or whatever situation you're in your life right now, your ego will say, well, I don't know. It doesn't feel like, it's wishy-washy. But when your intuition says, yes, let's go, let's do this, this feels good, it's 100% yes, your ego will say, well, the sky's not purple right now. The ocean, it's not orange. So it kind of like makes you doubt yourself in a way, but the intuition always steers you to the right place. Your ego, it's not that it's bad, but it's just there to protect you, to say, hey, just be careful. People might see you. People might judge you. It's always like that fear base. It doesn't feel that kind of right. But the intuition will say, you know what, suck it. Like, I meant to say something else, but anyway, it just says, you know what, just do it. Just do it. Otherwise, you're going to stay in the same place at the same time, here and out, whatever. Just go, take one step further. Just take one little step at a time, that kind of thing. So that's kind of like intuition and kind of ego. Ego hardly ever feels good. It always doubts. And the intuition is always like, it's either a really good yes, or it's like, nope, that doesn't feel right. I'm not going to do that. it doesn't feel good. You know, depending on what kind of clair you are, like if you're clairsentient, clairvoyant, or whatever it is that you are, you're either going to say, no, that doesn't feel good, that doesn't sound good, see? Or, nope, that I don't see what I want to see. So it all depends what kind of sense that your strongest is how you're going to perceive that information. But one of the things that I really, really loved about this chapter is that it actually validates what I've always thought and felt. And you'll find that to be true too if you're reading the book. And if you're not reading it, go to Barnes & Nobles, do yourself a favor and just read this one chapter on intuition. It will help you tremendously. It's such a beautiful way of writing, and it makes you feel normal. You know what I mean? Because everybody thinks you're crazy, but you're not. You're actually on the right path if you feel and think this way. We're just a lot healthier. Mentally, physically, emotionally, soulfully. It's just a beautiful book. But anyway, one of the things that I really, really loved is when he said, you always get answered, and knowledge is power, and the knowledge is in your soul. All of your answers are in your soul, all of them. It's just, we just need to tap. That's it. We need to tap and we need to listen. So I encourage you and I invite you to go to my blog, Maria's Journal, my journal, EmmaRiveraHeath.com, top right, email me, send me a comment, and let me know what your thoughts are. I'm letting you know what my thoughts are. Let me know what your thoughts are. Thanks again for listening and watching and reading.